I wouldn't feel sad because of her. And I definitely wouldn't stoop to competing with her lovers. She wasn't worth it. Ryan was pulled back by a coworker, but he lost his balance, fell to the ground, and shattered the teacup in his hand. Blood poured from the deep cut on his palm, pooling on the floor. Through the glass of the conference room, Claire saw what had happened. Under the watchful eyes of everyone, she threw down her papers, pushed the door open, and hurried over to Ryan. She grabbed his hand with visible distress, frowning as she examined his injury. Her voice was cold as she asked, "Who did this to him?" The coworker who had tried to help Ryan stepped back in fear, their face pale. I let out a dry laugh. It was me. And honestly, he deserved it. Ryan gritted his teeth and glared at me, then shouted, "Yeah, I deserved it. I fell for someone I shouldn't have. I'm the one being called a kept man, a plaything." "But Claire," he said, looking into her eyes with a mix of defiance and passion, "as long as you love me, I'll stay by your side forever. No one can take me away from you." Abhorred, but the way he said them. Almost brave, the words were absurd, but the way he said them so firm, so sincere made him seem almost brave. Claire couldn't help but laugh. She reached out to ruffle his hair and said softly, "Don't be mad. You're going to make me worry?" She treated him differently. That much was obvious. I lowered my gaze, no longer interested in the scene. Instead, I calmly said to Claire, "For my birthday this year, I want $50,000, it was funny, really. We were married, yet we didn't even have each other's phone numbers. The only time I reached out to her was when I needed money. Before we got married, we had an agreement, she wanted me, and I wanted her money." Claire had always hated how materialistic I was. But in the past, no matter how much I asked for, she would always give it to me without hesitation. This time, though, she looked at me with a cold smile and said slowly, "You can have the money. But, Isaac, first, lower your proud head and apologize to Ryan." Claire was willing to pay $50,000 to buy back my dignity and give it to Ryan in the form of an apology. It was the first time she had used money to humiliate me for the sake of another man. I clenched my fists and forced a laugh, holding back the sudden wave of pain that surged through my body. I turned and walked away. I didn't need the money anymore. For the first time, I was curious about Claire. If one day she found out that this money could have given me more time to live, if she knew how much I'd suffered before I died, what kind of expression would she have then? I went home alone, curling up in bed in pain, drenched in a cold sweat. After taking a sleeping pill, I told myself, if I fall asleep, it won't hurt anymore. Half asleep, I dreamed of when I was 20 years old. Claire was dirt poor back then, but she loved me deeply. That year, on my birthday, I walked past a cafe and saw a couple sitting by the window. The boy was holding a white cake. It looked delicate, delicious, and expensive. I still remember the snow falling heavily that day. I scooped up a mound of snow, turned to Claire, and grinned. "Claire, doesn't this look like a cake?" She bit her lip, pulled me into her arms, and held me tight. She didn't let me see the tears welling up in her eyes. 3 days later, she showed up outside my dorm with a cake. When I saw the frostbite on her fingers, my eyes turned red with anger. Through gritted teeth, I told her, "Claire, your hands are meant for reading and writing, not for ruining just to make me happy." I said I didn't deserve such an expensive cake. Fordo, she frowned and immediately shot back, "Isaac, you're the best person in the world. You deserve all the good things it has to offer."